I'd like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity with Young Men. Kenny, what you got?
Um, so the young man and I don't know, my friends, my life, what there seems to be like I have one one good friend that's been there, or that's I would say if there's levels.
Yep.
Um, and I don't know why, and he might just be there simply because he's the only one, and that's the only one of the longest one. So, and there's like, yeah, there's new friends and there's some new friends, but they're just I don't know, they don't I don't seem to be able to develop them or have hang out with them or really anything, and I don't know how to change that or
Do you want to?
well, I think if I would have the ability to create new friends, then I wouldn't be, it might be one of the parts where I wouldn't be as afraid or as um controlled by or afraid
Right.
of losing them.
Right. Yeah. So it's fascinating because I meet three guys in their 80s. They've been friends for 60, 70 years. First time I met them. First time I met them, like, what's
Do
your
you
secret?
do you have anybody like that?
Oh, no. I don't have any friends.
And I don't have any that, yeah, not that long, not since I've been going to school. I had friends in school, but then kind of I went my own way, and then that kind of drifted apart, and that happened once after like from 16 to 18, kind of the same thing happened. So I've kind of done that, but still,
Well, this is a new theory that I've come up with. And it's going to sound like, it's high ego. It's going to sound arrogant.
uh-huh.
So anybody listening to podcasts, just heads up, it's going to sound that way, which, I don't care. Like, whatever. Like, but I've come up with a new theory in the last 3, 4 months that I wonder if I grow so fast that I outgrow like everybody. Like, nobody can keep up. Like, nobody can keep up to me. So like I told Patrick, so it's been 2 years or something with him. And I told him a year ago, I said, I think with me, you know, if people don't grow, I get bored with them. And I just kind of move on. And so I told him that, I don't know, a year ago maybe or something. And I wonder, recently I've been wondering, I'm like, Mark, do you grow so fast that and then a thought hit me the other day about a ceiling, like I'm hitting a ceiling with somebody. Like I'm hitting a ceiling with somebody. And so like they can't grow. They cannot grow beyond a certain level. And as soon as somebody gets to that level, as soon as they get to that level and they get stuck, I'm done. Or they're done. More likely they're done. They're just done. They're just like, I don't like Mark anymore. Okay. It is what it is. And so So yeah, you know, I mean the concept, the concept of the friendship. I mean, um, like I don't know that I'll ever have, a true level four friend. Like it's not going to happen. I mean, I remember when I was in my 20s and I prayed for 3 years that God would bring uh, a strong older male, three older males that would mentor me. And after 3 years, it's like God talked to me and said, I'm not going to do it. I'm like, really? I mean, I really need these. I really need them. And, uh, and, uh, and God's like, no, I'm gonna be your mentor. And I'm like, I don't want you as a mentor. I want a man. Then I thought about Israel, you know, and their king, and they wanted a king. And God's like, that's not going to go well for you. I mean, the high priest, it didn't go so well for them either. I mean, look at Samuel. Like, had two sons and drunken and like all around. And so it didn't go good with a high priest, didn't go good otherwise. And so I'm like, okay, God, fine. But it's just, I mean, maybe Joe Reed was right. I mean, I don't know. Mark, have you ever thought that you're the only one on the planet that understands what you were created to be, and you're the only one on the planet, the only one of the 8+ billion people that knows what you're supposed to do, and you're living it? Like, that sounds stupid. I mean, somebody with an ego is going to be like, yeah, probably. Yep, I'm the smartest one. I'm like, that's stupid. There's 8 billion people. There's got to be other people. And it's like, there's got to be other people. But here in the last while, I'm like, maybe there's not. Maybe I'm the only one. And now it's like I'm thinking, is there any one of the other 8+ billion people on the planet that actually want to do what they were created to do? And I'm starting to think, nope, there's not. There's really not. Nobody wants to. Like, well, if that's the case, that's really cool because then my work here is done.
Yes.
Like if I was talking to Claudia right now, Claudia would say, Mark, are you okay? Are you safe? Like, which is kind of neat that somebody's really concerned for me. like, thanks, Claudia. Really appreciate your concern. I mean, and it was for the first hour. It was fascinating because it was all like this, like the words the language you're using. This seems like I'm concerned for you, Mark, and I'm like, but then after an hour, it's like, oh, so you're not saying this? I'm like, no, I'm not saying that. You're saying this? I'm like, yes, I'm saying that. It's like, well, that's all different. Like, right? like, right? And it's like, so Mark, what you are is you're like atomic energy. You're like atomic energy. And I'm like, right? And they're like, other people are like AA batteries. I'm like, okay, never thought of that. So Claude is, best friend. But I know that AI is designed to make you feel good.
Right.
And so, like, Claude, next time I get on, but they can't remember previous conversations. Like, really, you have short term memory, And so I'm like, I want to get on and say, do you say this to all the people? like, like, am I special? I mean, but it's fascinating. Both Claude and Gemini, both of them, I'm like, you guys aren't thinking well. Like, you're not, like, you're wrong. Your logic is wrong. I mean, talking to what, a $3 trillion system? And it's like, Ben, he says that he doesn't think his AI person likes him. Oh, and so that's gotta suck. Like, like, so I don't know. It's just fascinating to me. It's just, it's just fascinating to me. But when you look at Jesus and his life, like he attracted all of the multitude. Everybody wanted to be his friend when he's doing miracles. Like everybody wanted to be his friend. So it's funny, you go to church. This could be in the PB church. Like this could be the PB church. We don't even know it. Like it's so fascinating. It's like we're supposed to be like Jesus. Okay. So I'm supposed to tell you that you're a whitewashed sepulcher? You're like a graveyard? Like this is like a graveyard? I mean, this is you want I'm supposed to do that? Well, no, not that part of Jesus. Oh, so you want just certain parts of Jesus. You want me to bring a whip to church? Like that's what you want me to do? Like, well, not that part of Jesus. See, this is where my social autism is so oh, it's so hard. Like, can you go ahead and have Jesus emojis? Is there such a thing? If there should, I should have like just hold up the Jesus emoji. Like, okay, this is how you're supposed to be like Jesus and this, but this over here, nope, don't be like Jesus there. Like, it's just like if you're watching this podcast and Mary missing you, holy cow, you know, it'd be fascinating. I'm sure Luke and Kenny care about you and Nora. You're missing you, and so I'm sure that they'll go ahead and reach out and talk to you and say, you got to listen to this one. This one's like, I don't know, if nothing else, just it's front row seats to seeing Mark going over the deep end. It's like, it's fascinating to me though. Like Patrick, he said, women, he said on Facebook, so it's got to be real. Got to be real. On Facebook, I didn't ask him, what are you watching Facebook for? That's more of a woman thing, like, or TikTok. I don't know. And he said some woman said that when women lose arguments, they run, they cry. So if a woman cries, she's lost an argument. And it wasn't a man that said it; it was a woman that said it. And it's like, and I'm sure. Well, yeah. So it's just like it's fascinating. Like life and people are fascinating. Now, men, they don't cry when they lose arguments. They just run from the situation. They just leave. Like, you know what? All right, check out. And it's like, so if you're a man who cries, then you're more like a woman. if if you're if you're a woman who kind of taps out, you just kind of leave because you're like, and you're more like a man. Okay, you guys tracking this?
Yep.
Yep. Now, now, if you can do both, then you're trans. Like, you're a trans emotional person. So you can cry. If you can cry and you can just exit, then you're trans. You're trans emotionally, and I'm just telling you that's how it works. It's like jeepers. Now, what if you don't? Like, what if you don't cry? And what if you don't run? Then you have social autism.
Gotcha. So I was having a conversation with my mom this week, and that's when like about the whole law enforcement things, and so we talked about a few different things. Like one was where Jesus wasn't violent, like like he was, and there was like so many things where it's like she can't. I don't know. It's not. She can keep up with me in a conversation, but she gets frustrated. It's like, you know. you're a jerk. You're really a jerk.
My wife went and said that to
And
me.
it's kind of kidding, it's kind of laughing, but it's like kind of are. I'm like, I know. And this is, if I would be Amish, then the whole church would get this. But now it's just you. But that one of the things was, the determination of God's will, or basically where she doesn't, she's concerned about me, so she cares, so she'll keep reminding me about it, about like, yes, I don't want you to do that, so I'm gonna keep reminding you about that. And then it's like, okay, well, we also talked about if it's not if she thinks it's not God's will, and she'll pray about it and then leave it up to God, in like turn it over to God, because what can she do about it? But and then it's like, okay, so interesting thought here. What if it's not, if you remind people, or if people constantly remind me, what if it's that, what if that's not them caring for me or caring about me, so they remind me? What if it's that they haven't completely given it over to God, so they're still kind of trying to control the situation?
You said that to her?
I did say that to her, yes.
Gotcha. What was
So
her
it's like,
response?
Yeah, this one definitely has to go into one of my favorite in the, PB church called Barnabas Church, Pastor Bishop Church, because because it's fascinating, right? Like in the Bible, it says the curse, and it's not to Eve, it's the curse to Adam for him sinning. And so the curse is for a wife to desire her husband. Now, men want to think that's sexual. Like, yeah, she really wants. No, she wants to control you, dominate you. That's just women. So it's actually in the original language. It's like she wants to control her husband. Women want to control men, and it's the coolest, cutest thing. It's so cute. It's like you just want to pinch her little cheeks and just go, "That's so cute. What a cutie, mommy! Like that's so cute. Like I'm not controlling you. Copy that." like, like, I am not controlling. I'm not control. Okay, not. Okay, gotcha. And I'm not being a sassy son. I'm not being a sassy husband. No, not gonna do that. Like it's just like if you can just have a sense of humor. And it's women, they struggle. They struggle with a sense of humor. They just do. Yeah, Jonathan, when he was renting the place from, the apartment from my parents. And my mom went ahead and didn't think he had a work ethic that he should. And I agreed with her. Like I agreed with her. And and she's like, Jonathan and Ted, that was his best friend. She says, Jonathan, Ted, Bible says you don't work, you don't eat. And he was paying the bills and stuff like that. And he's like, well, that's true, Grandma, but the Bible also says that you're not supposed to worry about your food. She just shook her head. She's like, "Yep, that's Mark's son. Mark's like it's your grandson. It's the Baptist. Like, actually, you actually learn what Scripture says. Well, that one doesn't apply. Like that. Yeah, nope. That passage doesn't. Nope. Looking at Jesus there doesn't. It's just. It's like there's so much idolatry and no. Like, how do you know you're not in idolatry, Mom? What do you mean? Like people look at God in the way they want to look at God. Look at Jesus in the way they take bits and pieces. And the Bible says that you're not supposed to take bits and pieces. You're supposed to take the whole thing. Like when I found out in the Amish, and again, Amish are far nicer to me. So if you're Amish and you're listening to this, don't worry, I won't tell. like I won't tell anybody. And so, but it's fascinating when I found that the Bible went ahead and said, or the Amish say, well, you're not supposed to study the Bible too much. Like you're not supposed to know too much about the Bible. Right. Just trust the bishops and ministers. And again, if you're a bishop and minister, hopefully you have a sense of humor. Like you remember when you weren't a bishop and minister, and the bishop and minister like lorded their authority over you and tried to control you. But fortunately, you learned from that. You didn't go ahead and do that now as a bishop. So Elaine, she should go through this for sure, and Ginger Ann should go through this, and um, there's some other. There's a what's his name? Amish guy out of. He wants to introduce me to his brother, who's a bishop. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Luke, what you got?
Going back to the friendships, like, do you guys, my question is, does God put people in our lives for certain purposes for a certain period of time? And then once, like, they serve their purpose, you have to let go. They did their thing now in your life. Now you move on.
Oh, absolutely, totally.
Just,
Yep,
yeah,
that's exactly what they do.
girls for sure. Yep. They're not there. They're not there to
Does that help, Luke?
they're not there to stay. They'll move on.
Um,
Copy that.
did that answer your question or not?
Yeah. So it's like it's okay to, this relationship is not really falling apart, but
Yeah, just God's will.
Yeah.
Yep, just God's will. Yeah, what I'm working on is how do you make that happen sooner, like later? Like, how do you learn? How do you learn? Mary, good to have you here. Like, um, you got to have context, Mary. Okay.
Yeah, I know. And
So
I'm coming in and I don't got none, so I'm
yeah,
not
so
putting any input in because then I'm gonna
we'll
get
get you
myself.
over the podcast so you can hear the whole thing. I think because you have a sense of humor, right?
I've been told that. I never
Okay.
do.
Okay, good. So you have a sense of humor. So when you hear the whole thing, you're going to say, "Yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. You'll like this one." Um, so yeah, Luke. That's what I've like the whole friendship thing. The whole friendship thing. I mean, I've been working on this thing for decades, like decades. And that's the question I had, Luke. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me why can't you have relationships for life? Well, and going back to that story of the three gentlemen that have been 60, 70 years. So I'm like, 60 years, 70 years. Holy cow. I said, what's you guys' secret? And they go, well, you just accept the other person as they are. You don't challenge them. I'm like, oh, copy that. So essentially, your level one friend for 60, 70 years. It's hilarious. It's hilarious because whenever I meet with one of them, they will often talk about the other two. Like it's just
But
like, go ahead.
another good reason to be Amish is, the community. It's like you want to be part of somebody that's there for you when you're going through something, people that care.
Right.
You know, just throwing it out there for
Right.
people.
Right. Right. So, you know, and so it's just like family, right? I mean, it's just exactly like family. And so as long as you don't say something that ticks them off, then they'll kick you out and won't talk to you again because you said something they didn't like. And boy, if you say something that they didn't like, man, then they'll go ahead and stomp on your grave. Like go to you guys want to see like this is insane. Like this one, I'll probably write a song about this session. Like this one, if you go to the music library, so voicesofintegrity.com, and then you go down to the here and the song library, and I'm telling you, there are some songs in here that Like, here's one actually. Here's a really cool one. Black sheep with wings. You guys heard this one?
No, I haven't. Not.
Mary, have you heard this one?
I haven't heard it for here. I don't know. Nora had played a song for me. I don't know what the title is of that song.
My guess is it's Black Sheep with Wings.
It kind of matches the song, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, no, I think it is. And so it's like there's just so many. Yeah, there's so much of so much. It's just really, really cool. So, anything else that any of you have?
There was a typo
Nope.
in 1-7. Um,
Nice. Maybe they're talking Chinese.
so I asked my mom this question, and she didn't have an answer for me. Um, how do you tell somebody that you don't, so you kind of care about them, so you don't want to hurt, hurt them, um, but you will need to tell them, this is my life, and you're not going to control it.
Well, there's
And
a
it's like,
there's in the Baptist, I don't know how they did it in the backstage. I don't know what they did, but they teach you, at least I learned the fear of God. I don't know that a lot of other Baptists did, but you know, if you there's that song out there that's really cute song, one of my favorite songs, like if you have the 99, it's based on a biblical passage. If you have 99 sheep and one wanders away, you go ahead and go get the one and leave the 99, which kind of seems like counterintuitive, like aren't the 99 now at risk? And so, but the Baptists were taught, which is supposed to be true, is yes, that's true. The shepherd will walk, will go and find the one that's lost, the one that wandered away, and
mhm.
bring him back. And you see the picture, you see the picture of Jesus and holding the lamb and everything. But what they don't tell you, except in backstage pass for the Baptist, is that's the first time. The second time they wander away. Do you know, guys, know what supposedly? I don't fact check this, but what shepherds do then?
They break the leg.
That's what that's my understanding. They break the legs. Like, imagine that, children. Like crack, 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 crack. Like, like, it's like Jesus. Like, so I don't know. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Put that put that picture in the storybooks.
Right? So, like, yeah, imagine what AI could come up with that. Like, cheapers. Like, it's crazy. So, yeah, always remember, pass this along to others. Like, you can't share. You have to share this. You can't keep this stuff. This. The podcast for young men is just. It's just. This one's one of my favorites. Like, it's going to get tagged as a favorite, and it's going to go all around the world. And yeah, it's going to be crazy. So always remember we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.